Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
He's on his way. He's going to Hollywood. He's busting into Hollywood. Show him the way. He's moving to Hollywood. He's hopping into Hollywood. Where you going, child? He's on his way. He's going to Hollywood. He's busting into Hollywood. Where you going now? Show him the way. He's moving to Hollywood. He's hopping into Hollywood.
Went at bus stops all his life. He's been in and out of those spaces. Seeing eyes that spoke to him from sad and empty places. Sad and empty places. Wah, 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 Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rufus. I'm gonna name my child Rufus.
Have you ever seen Can't Hardly Wait with Drew Barrymore and not Can't Hardly Wait, I'm sorry. All about God, what's that movie? It's her and David Arquette. And she's like a high school student. Like she goes back to high school and she cosplays a high school student and she falls in love with David Arquette and his name is Rufus.
Never Been Kissed.
There you go. Never Been Kissed. It was one of them.
I probably saw it when it came out and I don't remember it. What's the last Drew Barrymore movie I remember where she had dementia?
Don't know.
Yeah, the movie where she had dementia every day.
Sweet No, that's
with Adam Sandler, the Zionist.
Theron.
No, not Monster.
Oh yes, with the repeat and they had to keep like the day. 51st date.
Yeah, there we go. 51st dates. Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah. Anywho, hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jade and XD. We got a lot to cover today. Had a lot of things that happened in the world in the last week.
I was like, did we episode last week?
Yeah, remember we had Quincy Jones. We celebrated the life and
yes,
of Quincy Jones. Mm-hmm. We had a Q joint. You know?
And it was a very Quincy Jones chaotic fucking episode.
Was.
We channeled our patron saint. Our patron saint should be Quincy. I mean, Bokeem could be like, Bokeem's never leaving the court, but I feel like Quincy is like the chaotic and iconic nature of Quincy Jones, is that of Jade and XD.
Yeah, I feel like our patron saints should be, like a thing like Bokeem, Quincy Jones, Millie Jackson.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Millie has to be Phyllis Hyman. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. We have to do the patron saints of Jade and
Marla. Yeah,
we have to do a proper agent. We have to do a proper church of what are we? What is our
Church of Chaos?
Yeah,
COC.
there we go.
Yeah,
we have to do an official Cult of Chaos church episode where we talk about our house rules, our patron saints. You know what I'm saying? Like our practices. I think we really need to organize that.
I don't disagree with you. I think we should.
Yeah. It's long overdue.
Now it's time for Jade's updates. I'll say this at the top. We've added timestamps, so if anything's too sensitive for you, you can choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Okay? But go ahead.
All right. So we're on day 411 of the ongoing genocide in Gaza, as well as Lebanon, as well as Yemen, et cetera, et cetera. So after Lebanon and Hezbollah, so Hezbollah is the resistance forces for Lebanon, agreed to a U.S. proposed 60-day ceasefire. The IOF bombed a 4-story building in Beirut overnight, killing 2 people and trapping several others under the rubble. Earlier that day, the IOF bombed densely populated areas in central Beirut near the Lebanese government and UN headquarters, killing 5 people and injuring 31. So they're definitely expanding out, and they definitely, absolutely do not respect a single solitary thing, including an agreement or human life or the planet. The IOF targeted and bombed the civil defense crew, responding to attacks on a home in Sabra, which is in Gaza City, that killed several Palestinians, further killing 1 first responder, which we know has been a pattern, and injuring 3 others, and injuring Al Jazeera journalist Hassam Shabat. So while he was in the middle of reporting, and we know that this has also been a great war on journalists, the greatest one ever. Like, not even a war. This has been a targeting of journalists, which tells you exactly what you need to know. They don't want the proper information out there, even though it's out there. In the West Bank, there was a brutal hours-long raid of Jenin with bulldozers, snipers, and drones. They cut off electricity and water. It set 3 homes on fire. The IOF shot and killed at least 5 Palestinians, injured 9, and then used the Palestine Red Crescent paramedics as human shields during a house raid, which sparked fierce clashes with resistance groups. The IOF attacked Kamal Adwan hospitals. Remember, there's no respect for hospitals as well. IOF attacked Kamal Adwan hospitals and besieged North Gaza for hours. They destroyed roofs, upper floors, water tanks, and sewage system. Many were trapped inside and unable to be treated amid the shortage of medical supplies and frequent attacks and destruction of all the ambulances. There's been a rising malnutrition rate in patients, mostly children and elderly, as famine is likely underway due to the blocking of aid, the intentional blocking of aid. And confiscation of the aid that comes into. Let's be clear, they are stealing the food and they are filming themselves doing it. So I'm not saying anything that has not been documented and put on camera by the people that are committing it. Remember last week we spoke about the heavy siege in North Gaza. It's been ongoing for 45 days now, with heavy strikes continuing as the IOF targets buildings in Jabalia. They killed 12 Palestinians, including a professor, with 10 people still missing. The IOF also attacked a group of Palestinians who were filling up their water in Bet Lahia, killing a little girl and injuring 8 others. There's been another attack on shelter, killing 8 people with many others under the rubble, and continued attacks in Lebanon. And recently, when we talk, we already know how our government is contributing to all of this. Well, the U.S. vetoed the UN Security Council resolution on a Gaza ceasefire. There were 14 votes for it, 1 against. So our tax dollars are continuing to fund pure evil decisions, and I feel so depleted thinking about what's coming next. When this has happened under people who are supposed to be quote unquote decent, even though we know they're not, we got pure evil coming in. Like pure, unabashed, loud, blaring evil. They're all evil, but this is like in your face. I like being evil. I'm gonna tell you I'm evil coming in. And it makes my stomach hurt thinking about all of what has gone down under people who try to pretend that they're not, and what's gonna happen under somebody who don't have a problem being like, blah, I'm here. We're on day 585 of the ongoing genocide in Sudan. Over 3,000 people have fled El Fashir amidst continued heavy clashes between the SAF and the RSF. The RSF's onslaught continues in Jazeera, attacking the village of Al-Takina. The RSF siege on eastern Jazeera continues to affect thousands of civilians, with reports of at least 25 dead in Wad Ashib due to disease, lack of health care, and severe shortage. At least 5 people were killed and others injured after shelling on a mosque in Omdurman. The RSF committed a 3-day raid of the village Wad Abu Saleh, mass looting and causing mass displacement. Per the local health officials in Sudan, over 33,000 people have been treated for war-related injuries in Khartoum state over the past 19 months. 33,000. River Nile State has been a safe haven for civilians who have been fleeing war in other parts of Sudan, and they've seen a recent influx of tens of thousands of displaced people since the RSF's onslaught in Jazeera State began in late October. So when we post these links in the description box that are organizations that are trying to provide aid and food and so forth and so on, that's the ways that we can try to make some sort of change while all of these atrocities are happening. Sarah, BS on Blast, who I talk about often, reported, I believe last week or a couple of days ago, I don't know what time is anymore, that an initiative, which I think we talked about, with trying to pull proper menstrual sanitary items for people who menstruate. The goal was 5,000, 10,000 was reached, even more than that afterwards. And they got all of that aid. They got what they needed, which is absolutely like saved people. So there are very small highlights through in the midst of tragedy. But, there are ways that we can still be community, and we're going to continue to do that by giving these reports, by continuing to donate, by continuing to shout out aid in the ways that we can. And we just thank you all for sitting through. I know this is not easy to sit through this every week. It's not easy for me either. My spirit is tired, but this is what it is. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. This is what humanity is. So that's it for the updates this week.
Well, it's time for everybody's favorite segment. It's Tiffy time.
Tiffy time is crazy.
Well, so is she.
Yeah, that's cat shit. What's she do now?
So this week, remember I last week she couldn't get any of her agenda passed because niggas didn't show up, to the thing. Mm-hmm. It happened again this week, but in a different town. Now remember, Tiffany Henyard is the supervisor and mayor of 2 different municipalities. Yeah. She's the mayor of Dalton, village of Dalton, and she's the supervisor of Thornton Township. Mm-hmm. So this took place over down in Thornton Township. Mm. Now, there's this 2 of the trustees didn't show up, because if they didn't show up, that means you don't have enough money to have a quorum to vote on, bills and whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. So the trustees, they're a little cunty now too, because it's not all Tiffany now. Like, she's ridiculous and evil. However, they're a little passive aggressive, because they're just like, we're just not going to show up. Because
No. I'm going to have to disagree with you, because if you got a bitch running a town the way that she wants to... Go ahead.
But my thing is, why ain't y'all just buck up and form a coup to get rid of her?
Pussy.
And the thing is, this is why I need to show you on ABC show, because those other trustees in Dalton, they have a YouTube channel where they come together. This is why everything is totally unserious, right? Because now it's like you have Henyard up here dressed like Nino fucking Brown.
Yeah.
And then you have this YouTube channel like fucking the Try Guys. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and then I'm talking through it.
Yeah.
And then I'm just talking about Chicago today because I firmly watch Chicago news because it's very entertaining.
Oh, Chicago.
So there was a Latino cop who was just killed. I know. So in the line of fire. I don't know what the case was or whatever. All I just know is the gentleman was killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, the family today or yesterday was like, we don't want the mayor to show up to the funeral. So they were like, because of the mayor's lax practices on safety or whatever, it's because of him is the reason why this nigga got killed. And so therefore, we don't want your kind or your ilk to be at our funeral. The mayor turned around and was like, no, I'll be there.
You talking about Tiffy? Tiffy showed up? No, this is mayor of Chicago.
The mayor of Chicago.
Wait, isn't that a black lady too? Oh, no, that's a black man. Oh, yeah. That's
a black man. The one that looked like a gospel singer.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson's office says he will be attending the funeral of fallen police officer Enrique Martinez.
But representatives for the fallen officer held a press conference saying they don't want him to attend. WGN's Angelica Sanchez has their message to the mayor.
Yes, hold on, wait. Brandon,
whatever his name is, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, he said,
Brandon Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this shifty nigga.
Yeah.
Is he shifty? I don't know. His face is just kind of shifty.
Well, I don't know. If you're trying to convince the teachers union to take out a payday loan.
Nah, he's shifty. Nah, nigga, nah. No. Wait, so this nigga said, no, I'm coming anyway? I don't give a fuck what you feel, family? So what happened? Did they pop off? Did they fight?
We don't know yet because it's supposed to be today. So
That's
we'll figure out what happened.
That's egregious and crazy. And let me tell you something. Let somebody show, mayor or not, let somebody show up to my family's funeral that I specifically requested not to be there. Hands, feet, wrists, nigga, ankles. Like, I am fighting. Like, I'm fighting over the casket, nigga, in the name of my family. Like I'm fucking your ass up. And the funeral's gonna give me more power to fuck you up even more. That's crazy. Although this is like and everything you were saying right there, I'm gonna be honest. First you said Latino cop, and I was like, ugh. And then, then you kept going, and then it was like the family talking about the injustice of a cop, and I'm like,
No, I know, but I had to get you to the punchline.
You did. Because it was so, I was on whiplash. Nigga, look at my face. You did this. You did this with all that information.
Let's pay some bills and get into what we came into. We're just catching up today.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening each and every week. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Tell them to join our Patreon. It's a wang dang doodle over there. We're preparing for the holidays, so we have some holiday content coming over on Patreon. I know a lot of folks will be dead during the break, but we will not. So,
wait, oh my gosh.
You know, well, you know what I meant. Like, you know, Caribbeans, we working.
Yeah, no, yeah, very much, yeah.
Yeah, we're through the holidays, you know. It's fine because capitalism can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records,
right? And this country lives, this country thrives off immigration. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, all that. Tell a friend, join the Discord. I know. That's what I'm most proud of these days. I mean, we do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But the Discord. And if you haven't joined, please join. It's a safe space it's a safer space because no place on the internet is safe.
Yeah.
But
but it is a safe space.
But it's yes. Speaking of different spaces, I was asked, I'm going to tell you this in a second. So Jade XD is now on Blue Sky. Blue Sky is the new app that is not Twitter or X. Majority of Black Twitter and things have moved on to a new space, which is a lot safer.
I thought it was Threads. Okay, all right.
No, Threads got a lot going on, but this is a new open source type of thing. It's a lot safer, a lot more customizable, a lot less trash. There's no algorithm, so it's pure based off of whatever. Now, the Agents of Chaos, yes, Agents of Chaos asked me to ask you to get on. Now,
no, okay.
I asked Amber, and Amber said, "Good luck," and I was like, "I know," but but I'm formally going to ask you because I told the Agents of Chaos that what you were going to say. So, would you like to join?
No,
because I'm going to getting grown on there next week. But would you like to be on? Okay.
I can't handle. Let me explain something to y'all. My brain is at fucking capacity. It's at it's busting at the seams. You're sitting on top of your suitcase at this point. I mean, what would I be doing? Speaking, talking, just having an account? What is the obligation here?
It's literally what Twitter used to be. It's a social media app where you discuss your musings and things. I think, perhaps the timeline, the skyline needs a James Beard Award-winning chef, Now, what I will say, between us squirrel friends, it is a cool way to legitimize your business because their way of verification is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They you don't play for a blue check or whatever. You self-verify via your own website.
Okay.
So, if you have your own domain, you just put in a little dip, and your screen name would be whatever, jadeofalljades.com.
Okay.
Nobody can take that away from you.
No, they can't.
You know what I mean? So, 'cause there's a whole bunch of other outlaw whatever the fuck's out there, but it's the internet. You know what I mean? Because someone was like, somebody already took Jade of all Jades. I was like, she got a domain, she got it.
Yeah, don't even worry about that.
She got her own.
Oh, you're talking about on Twitter?
They want you to come on, which is I said I will ask.
I don't have nothing to say. And I just want more niggas to take that. You ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got to be there. I will. If it's black, it's black owned, it's black started, it's black run.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, then I'll see you all on the Patreon.
There's Spill, which is black affiliated, but you and I have had a conversation about that.
Y'all gotta get the tech together. And I'm talking to you lovingly as your cousin, as your big cousin. Go get your app. Go get that tech together so that we can do this right, nigga. Stop soft opening things out. Jade's Corner. I root for us, and especially in this day and age, as we are literally sitting ducks, literally waiting to see how things are going to move and shake. You know what I'm saying? We have to be very, very, very intentional. We talk often about community. We have to be very intentional with the way that we show up for community. That means if I'm happy sitting on the couch ordering shit, I have to get my black ass up and go to the store that I know has certain things to support. You know what I'm saying? I have to give up my own convenience in certain areas to make sure that I am being intentional about the way that I support my community. But I need my community to support me. And when you niggas are not ready to open your fucking businesses, I don't want a soft launch shit. Do you hear me? Be ready or don't be. I am tired of and you are 86. Oh, we haven't gotten that together yet. Then why is the goddamn door open? Follow Joe Clark and chain the doors until you're ready. Okay? Chain the fucking doors until you're ready. And I say this I am tired of your ineffective soft launches. I want everything to be where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Okay? I'm telling you, I want to support you. Make this make sense for the both of us.
Today we are talking about how long after you do your soft opening should you actually do your grand opening. Now, if you don't know the difference between a soft opening and a grand opening, I'm also going to explain that in this video. But before I do, if you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am,
Stop your soft launches. Soft launches ain't nothing but it's a testing ground. That's another thing, nigga. I'm not your tester. This is not an iOS. What? No. Get the shit ready and then open the goddamn doors. If you're not ready, chain the doors until my lip hurts and and it's seeping into my system. And
In the next episode, Jade gets sepsis.
Oh my God. No, it's not affected.
Okay. With that being said, tell a friend, subscribe to us. We're on YouTube. Join us.
Yeah.
Well, the team is on Blue Sky. Jade will not be. Okay.
Maybe one day I'll pop up on niggas and.
Yes, but as of right now, it's just the Jade and XD will be on there. Well, maybe we'll do something exclusive for that, the two of us. But I get it. Otherwise, do we have any special announcements? I am. I'm opening back up for consulting and things.
Yes.
Podcast and digital imprint the right way. Now is no time like the present because after January 20th, grab a bottle, hunker down, and pray for daylight. You know what I mean? So get in now.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna go ahead and cross promote Black Friday through Cyber Monday sale on Getting Grown merch. Okay, and remember we closed the shop, so it's not open all year round. So use the get the discounts, get in there. We got some cute ass shit. Yeah.
Very cute. So get that in. So let's take a break and we'll be back with more Jade and XD. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Drew Carey dished on the top way to prep for the game show as he celebrates 10 years as host. So the new season kicks off on Monday with an extra bonus. Anyone who gets $1 on the big wheel will win $10,000 instead of $1,000. A second dollar spin would get you $100,000.
And we're black.
Talking updates.
Yeah.
What's up with you?
What happened? You were a lot of things. Nothing really happened to me this past week. I was kind of at home. I am getting adjusted to a new home life. Because my honey bunny is a full-time creative now. Honey bunny, my cinnamon apple.
Yeah, sugar bear.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, he's a full-time creative now. So, us being at home, it's very different. Like, during the pandemic, a little different because we were forced to be inside because of the plague, This is different. So now it's just a balancing act of, figuring it out. However, I bring this up because now we have mornings together, of course, blah, blah, blah. We're very intentional about our mornings. Some couples get up and drink tea or have coffee and breakfast. We get up and smoke together.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
What we do. And then we catch up on the previous evening's The Price is Right. Because if you did not know, I watch The Price is Right every day.
Because why wouldn't you?
And the reason why I watch The Price is Right every day is because it is a signifier of what's to come in the economy. Or because there are some things I'll be looking up and be like, is that how much shit really costs? And I'll look and to see if there's any are y'all fluffing up the price or whatever? A lot of times, no.
A lot of times, yes. Like when Kroger was using them digital prices to fuck niggas over real bad.
But that's what I meant. Like, I thought for the Price is Right game was inflating prices, but no, that's what it would be in the store, which is there. Exactly. So they've been having a lot of black people on. like this last few weeks. Like, I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on The Price is Right. from how the models are to Drew Carey.
I haven't watched the new one. I actually completely didn't even think about a new host.
It's wonderful. They even have male models on there. It's not just the women folk.
They got a pit crew?
And not all of them are white. They do. They're and I know them all by names except one. There's one that's dead in the eyes, but I'll ignore her. But they have one of the girls. She's still one of Bob's girls from back in the Gap, but she's on the younger end. Then they got a Tessa Thompson type, but she looked like Zoe Saldana. Oh. And then they got a junior from Blackish type, a black ex-football player. And then they got a Patrick Dempsey looking type who's Australian.
Okay. And then
this other white girl who's dead in the face. And then they got a Latina who and then they got a Latina who's there, and she thick and pretty.
Yeah,
there you go.
Just crossing all of the light skin rainbow.
Ain't nobody darker there.
No. You know how they do. You know how they do.
Like 1 p.m. It's still CBS in the morning.
You would get along good with my grandma because my grandma keeps the TV on the game show network.
I love elderly programming.
Yeah, she's
like the Game Show Network. I love Password. I love even the new one with Keke Palmer and what's the boy who does the Tonight Fallon.
They have a game show.
Emmy-winning game show.
Well, why we don't have one?
Hello,
America's got a problem.
Why we need to be on? We need to be on Negro Squares on not the one that's on Revolt, but when they reboot it on VH1.
Come on, friend. Let's just go start showing up to people's sets and being like, "You are missing out on the best duo ever, nigga." Like,
exactly.
We're about to start popping up.
Here.
We about to start.
Exactly.
My father hates game show. We need to talk about that in a moment. My father hates game shows. So
really,
my dad is he's a specific type.
So as a tourist, I feel like he would enjoy them because of the fact that
he hates the fluff of it all. Like, get to the shit. So we were at my grandmother's and he's like, "Are we gonna watch game shows all night or what?" And my grandmother said, "Yes, because this is what I keep it on." He goes, "Why?" She said, "Because I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night when I fall asleep in my chair to some foolishness on the TV." So we were like, "Wait, because they'd be humping and dry humping and shit in the middle of the night, Grandma. That's what it is. You don't want to." She was like, "No, I don't want to wake up to those Christian spring water videos." And
I be telling. Listen, when Chris and I first moved in together, he'd be wanting to watch Buffy, Charmed, whatever dark, spooky.
Yeah, that's his shit.
Nigger under the counter, whatever the fuck, outlaw, spooky shit or whatever. I go to sleep to calming sounds. Laughter,
Bob's
the
Burgers.
Occasional cooking show, Happy Trees, shit like that. Because if I wake up in the middle of the night, I don't want like chaos and negativity. I deal with enough of that in the day.
It's true. Because I accidentally fell asleep to American Horror Story before, and I was like, "That is not a good idea." That's not a good idea at all.
Not at all. So I appreciate your grandmother who's like, "No, I'm not doing no outlaw." And you know what I hate? Like when you in the hotels, because this is the only time I've ever seen this. But like when you're in a hotel, paid programming, like you just happen to wake up and all of a sudden
it's terrible.
Goddamn Cindy Crawford.
Yeah. Or they it's like the resurgence of the fucking Thigh Master
That's how I learned Bobby Brown got a new makeup line. She abandoned the one she got and now she's on Jones Road.
I'm a professional makeup artist who doesn't really like traditional makeup. You don't have to wear extravagant, colorful makeup to feel festive for the holidays. I'm excited to introduce our 2024 holiday collection, where my no makeup ethos meets a touch of
Like, you know what I mean?
Bobby Brown. Jesus, Agnes. But no, I don't. I hate the middle of the night paid programming. I've really been trying to be good about turning the TV off at night, honestly. Like I've been trying to be intentional when I feel myself dozing or even before that, turning it off so that I can, do my nightly meditations, prayers, and all of that kind of stuff. Cause I do, I have to pray for niggas' downfall before I go to sleep. Cause I gotta sleep on it and let it process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
that's how you do it. It's part of your night routine.
Exactly.
Oil cleanse, pray for downfall.
Yeah, have to. Prayers down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you all get down on your knees on the side of your bed. I stand up on my bed. Mm-hmm. Like a gargoyle, nigga. I told you, like a gargoyle. That's my new prototype because based off of the outside world, based off of I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a gargoyle. Like that's what whether I'm purging and doing my archery or I'm praying for niggas' downfall, it's always gonna be gargoyle style, perched.
That's real.
Yeah,
that's real. I'm trying to think what else I did this week. I didn't really I watched The Price is Right. I didn't. Yeah, I just worked a lot. I'm ready for this fucking weekend or this vacation, this holiday.
Oh my God!
A week.
And the Thanksgiving just crept up. I have so many.
I haven't ordered shit.
Not a thing. I have so many things to share with you. Did we pay bills?
We did.
Okay.
But it's also time to go to break.
Okay.
And we can go to break and then you tell me what else happened.
Yeah.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, I felt like everyone was in a stage play, playing their roles, and no one was willing to break character. And I always wanted to say, are you thinking this is all weird? And no one would break characters. Like in theater, it's like.
And we're back. Hit it. What happened?
Oh God.
Tiago.
I'm like, where do I begin? Do I begin with the things before my trip or from my trip? So, okay, I'll start with the shorts before. Noah, this was just a very quick moment. You popped up on my phone and Noah takes my phone. Oh, that's what it was. Your contact was on my phone and it's the picture of you in your Suzanne Summers three-way poncho. Pause. No, not pause. That was, like you were posing. So Noah sees it. And something in her spirit, she couldn't help herself, and she turns the phone to me and she goes, Xavier Dilou. So you're new today. With this Zoolander face, she did it. She goes, Xavier Dilou. So you're now Xavier Dilou.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very Zoolander.
Before we get to the elephant in the room, if you are on video right now, which is my face, I have to share another saga with you before we get to that. Mm-hmm. So the Brenda saga, I am not even sad. I will report that we will get no more updates on Brenda. You might get some maybe one-offs, but Brenda is in a new era and a new phase of life. And so
yeah, that was the end of story. Oh wow. Close the chapter.
But wait, honey. But wait. Brenda got a sibling.
Oh my God.
We're not done. And the sibling is not the problem here. It's who the sibling best friended at school.
Okay.
So Brenda's sibling befriended a new kid at school. We're going to call the kid Billy Madison.
Okay.
Okay. And they're thriving off of the fact that they're a little different, but and they're both new. So like, how people just kind of click and find each other. Well, Brenda's sibling is now reconsidering life because Billy Madison is threatening niggas' lives at school. Not American style, not Columbine, but like Brenda's sibling's best friend has a downfall list written down that another kid found. And the kid comes to the authorities and says, this kid has a downfall list in their journal. And so they pull the kid and they're like, you have a downfall list? So of course the kid, first of all, is like, how dare you be in my shit? And second of all,
yeah.
Hell yeah, I have a downfall list. What do you mean? So I'm going to get the details and I'll bring them on the next ride. But I just wanted to let you all know that while Brenda, we probably won't get too much more on Brenda, we will be getting updates on Brenda's.
The rise of Billy Madison.
The rise of Billy Madison, Brenda's sibling's best friend.
That's wow. Now, how old is Billy Madison?
Let's say 10. Yeah,
old enough to do damage.
Exactly. It's like it's like ooh, sometimes you just gotta put it down. Sometimes you just gotta put it.
Old enough to put on a trench coat, if you know what I mean.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, we got to nip this in the bud, Neil.
Yeah, right, Neil.
What's the next thing I wanted to tell you? So,
silver bullet.
There's a garlic for everybody. There's a child at Noah's school who I think is you reincarnated.
So it's a teacher?
Nah, it's one of her best friend's brothers.
Oh, okay.
So, my child, her intrusive thoughts be crazy. So she gonna ask the child, do you have any friends? Because you just always be with us. So like, and this is the moment I became a fan of this kid. This is when I became a fan. Because I said, I think this kid is my best friend reincarnated. He said, yeah, I got friends. She's like, where are they? Who are they? He said, the voices.
Oh my God.
The voices. And I said, I like this kid's sense of humor. and I think
that's
they're
funny.
up my hill.
Hey, play The Voices in My Head. It's a song.
The voice.
All the voices in my head always try to break me. Fuck me up and change me. But talk is cheap. This is the last time I listen to the voices in my head.
I hear voices in my head. They come to me.
What else did I want to share with you? Shirley Temple comes in a can now. Did you know that? It's by 7-Up.
I did. I saw Midwest TikTok. Hooting and hollering, crying and farting over it. Like they are up.
Oh, they're excited?
They are. Yes, they are putting it in their Stanleys and Yetis.
No.
With their ice that's made out of them silicone rings that are fashioned for those Mormon utilities.
Oh yeah.
So,
They make ice for those?
Yeah, it's like a little silicone ring. It's like an ice mold. And they have it so it fits it's like 3 different sizes and there's one mold.
Like a disc?
It can manage. It's like it's almost like it's like the outside of the thing. It's the form of the cup.
Wow.
And it's hollowed out so that you put your thing in there. You put your drink or whatever in there.
Here's my problem. My problem is that a Shirley Temple used to be an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we were kids...
It's the highlight when you go to the Red Lobster.
Hello, you go out to eat with your family. You know what I'm saying? And if you had a mother like mine, she was not buying a bunch of soda for the house. So it's like, oh, nigga, we going out. I'm getting a Shirley Temple. And they put that Sprite or 7-Up or whatever their lemon lime of choice is in their terrible-ass grenadine syrup and those disgusting artificial cherries. And we got our lives. You cannot can joy.
No, you cannot.
You cannot can that experience. This is why everybody our age is getting cancer. Because they're canning experiences. They're canning our experiences.
Well, I feel like, okay. I think there are other extenuating factors like, fossil fuels.
Yeah.
And, bacon. And not necessarily bacon itself, the process to get bacon.
Damn.
Mass-produced bacon.
Oh, yeah. Which is why I buy small batch.
Yeah.
I buy farmer's market. Because, nigga, I can't give up bacon. That's why we all, that's where it's coming from. Be like, nigga, I can't give up Kraft mac and cheese. And then here we are.
Exactly.
It's not funny at all. Oh, this is what Dr. Joy was talking about. Okay. Got it.
So, do you want to talk about how you perform drag and
yeah.
Okay.
Jade's World of Wonder. So this particular weekend, I went to go surprise my grandmother.
When Jade took drag too far.
I took it.
Sorry.
I mean, it was a contact sport. I told Chris Rogers and XD that it was one of those moves that the next day I showed up in the workroom on crutches and I had to go home for the season. Like, it was my last scene and season. I was cornbread. Like, I might be coming back for All Stars. I might quit drag altogether, like Lala Reed. But so I go to visit my grandmother. I surprised her, pop up on her, which was just the bee's fucking knees. I highlighted it in my Instagram stories. So if you want to see me pop up with my grandma, it's in my Instagram stories. And it was a really nice weekend. It was the first time I've been with my parents and my sister sleeping under one roof in over 20 years with no spouses, no kids. It was literally just the four of us. And it was like, this is kind of crazy. Didn't even think about this dynamic. Spent a lot of time with my sister. I didn't see my sister in 2 years. So like all of that was lovely. My grandmother's going to be 89. So, I'm trying to be realistic with time. And I'm like, this is my girl. I got to soak up as much of her as I can. And I have a big family. I got 26 first cousins, umpteen second cousins, and dozens now of thirds. Like to the point where I'm one of the older ones, and I'm not one of the older ones because one of the little boys, my little cousins, who I just met this weekend, came and he was like, "So are you my aunt?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm your cousin." And he said, "You too old to be a cousin." And all the kids were obsessed because then I would get down and hiss. I was like, "Get out of my face." And then it like draws them in. Children are so dark. I love it.
Yeah.
So, we all gather at my aunt's house. And when I say all, literally a handful of us, and it's still a very packed house. Because if you put everybody, we wouldn't be able to gather in one house. So we all gather. And I have there's so many things that happen in the midst of this gathering. My sister, my mother, and I cooked brunch for my grandmother and my family. And it's Cleveland, no shade. So like I was like, I'm going to pop out and show niggas, and I know they're going to be, I know they're going to be hype. I know these niggas. And they were like, we ain't never had no flavors like these before. I made shrimp and grits. But we ain't never, I was like, nigga, it's bacon fat. Like, calm down. So, my cousin bought big gallons of liquor in there, and they were like, how we going to drink this? So I made a jungle punch in a pot, and just put it out, and like niggas indulged. Another thing I respect about Cleveland, Ohio is that when like the niggas who like to drink, which is a good amount of them, they're very intentional about making sure that they go and purchase what they want to drink and have it by their side at all times. I love a prepared royalty,
I love responsible drinkers, and not just in the sense of driving and whatever the fuck.
No.
You know what I mean? There's more ways to be responsible, and that's definitely one of the ways.
Sometimes that includes getting your own fifth and taking care of your own happiness. That's when you can your joy. So anyway,
yeah.
So we're having a blast. My grandmother is, enjoying the energy. My cousins are being very ratchet, dancing to Sexy Red and all kinds of things. And then later on in the evening, they start line dancing because that's what the Midwest likes to do too. And they're doing too much for me. I got up and tried to do that to me as shit. And I was like, get this the fuck out of here. I get this. No, thank you. And I have one cousin who always does the Michael Jackson performances. Since he was a little boy, that's his zhuzh, that's his shit. That's what he's good at. He's limber. And he was there with his Canadian wife, which I'll get to in a moment. So that's not shade. That's just a precursor for what we're going to talk about. So this particular cousin, everybody's like, do the dance, Caleb. Do the dance. And he's like, okay, I will. And he did a little 1-2, but it wasn't what he normally gives the girls. And my grandmother, if she don't want nothing else, she loves somebody to perform for her. She's RuPaul. My grandmother is RuPaul. That makes this funnier. So she loves it. She's like, I'm not moving much, but you do it all for me. Okay, bet. So he's only giving her a little 1-2. I'm like, you're not giving her what she needs. And she was supposed to be at a party that night. Her plans got changed because she was surprised. And so it just shifted into family shit. So I was like, y'all got to make sure she has a good time because she missed out on her party for this. So here I go. All right, Grandma, if Caleb won't do the dance for you, I'll do the dance for you, Grandma. Remember the Time is on the television. I would like to preface this with, I had been cursing my aunt's tray tables out all day. Okay. XD's doing Aunt Viv.
I'm doing the routine from Remember the Time.
That's what I was doing. I will give you the other angle so you can see. And I've been cussing my aunt's tray tables out all night. They are the most ineffective. They are Evelyn Braxton tray tables is what they are. They're wobbly. They're always in the way. I was like, these, and I didn't know what it was that I hated about those fucking tray tables. But there was something that I hated about them. Now, because there was a lot of niggas in the house, it was a non-shoes off day, right? Because it's too much to try to mitigate. So it's like, I'll mop the floors after situation. So I had on my little Birkenstocks all night, all day. But when I'm doing Remember the Time, I have to be fluid for my grandma. She needs a proper performance, right? I need a glide. So I got up.
Judith Jameson.
Yeah, revelations, nigga. Like I have to be the muse for Alvin Ailey. So, and I'm gliding, nigga. I'm in it. Do you hear me? Like the portion that you all saw was literally just like hitting it, nigga. And then I bit it, nigga. Remember the time. So picture it. Jade is hitting these Remember the Times dance moves with a little extra flair because I have to win the All-Stars talent show. And I get down on one knee like Michael and all of the Black American Egyptians did in the video. And, you know, you're hitting it on you do the up, then you're down on the knee, then you got to get back up again. I underestimated the grip of or the lack of grip of my socks and the diabolical nature of my aunt's flooring, which my father installed, I found out after the fact. So I said, everybody's been praying for my downfall. So
it's always your biggest option.
What? Because out of the 3 angles of this fall, last night my homegirls were like, who took these videos? I said, one is my cousin, but the other 2 are my mother and my sister. So on the knee move to get back up and do the next move, in the words of Noah, she said there's a soundbite on TikTok I haven't seen, but she said she was a fairy. Both my legs went up in the air and I felt myself like, oh, fuck, nigga. Like, I don't know. I gotta grab something. And what did I grab? What popped up out of nowhere? Evelyn fucking Braxton. Evelyn Braxton popped up, and just as ineffective as she was in those therapy sessions, I wobbled, knocked my whole fucking face into the corner of this ineffective fucking tray table that already barely holds anything. And it was my demise. And it was in that moment, I lay on the ground. I'm about to pull up a picture for XD. I lay on the ground and I knew something was wrong, but I just didn't know exactly what that something was. I was like, am I missing a tooth? Like, what's going on? All you hear is my cousin Ebony in the background. Caleb, come get in here. Come get in here, Caleb. You gotta finish the dance. And then my aunt, she was like, are you hurt? And I'm like, yeah. And Ebony's like, nah, she good. No, she was not good, nigga. She was not good at all. So my cousin Diana runs off to get a paper towels and ice, and everybody's now figuring out, like, because they laughed first, because Black families. So they laughed first, and then they're like, oh, wait, something is wrong. Diana runs to get the ice and the paper towels. Everybody starts, the crowd, what's going on? I put the paper towel, the ice in my face, nigga. We pulled it away, and it is Handmaid's Tale. And I was like, I knew something was wrong. But I'm still sitting there bleeding from my face. I still have no clue what's wrong with me yet. I just know it's something or many things. Meanwhile, in a side frame, my cousin Toya, so in the midst of cooking the brunch, the day before traveling, all of those things, I don't eat. Like, I really had not eaten a meal. I didn't even eat what I cooked. So by the evening, I'm like, I'm starving. Like, I'm about to be sick, actually. It just hit me. And, now at this point, it's been many hours since we cooked, so niggas are hungry again. So we got a bunch of kids. So like, just order pizza. So they ordered some pizza, and I was like, give me a salad, please. Give me a salad. So I got this Greek salad, and I'd gotten 3 bites in before I decided to be fucking LaBeija for my grandmother. My cousin Toya realized how hurt I was and said, oh, she's not going to be able to finish that, and busted my salad down in the corner. Do you hear me? And when she could finally get my attention, let's pretend this is the bowl. She's like, Jade, it was good. That dressing slapped. And I was like, are you fucking serious? She's like, wow, you wasn't going to be able to finish that? The vinegar. This bitch ate my salad. So then they create a group chat and they are ESPNing the whole fucking fall. Screenshot. I get a Bubba Gump. How are you doing this morning? I get a... Wait. Let me show you what else these niggas did.
I will say, if you're not a part of the Patreon and watching this on video, you're missing out.
Oh, you're missing. Oh, because I'm about to play.
And
look, and my cousin said it was in that moment Jade knew she was fucking hurt. Wait, I'm not done. Oh, I'm not done. Oh, I'm not done. Because then you're going to have to cut some, if there's any dead space aid. Then they make a contact photo for me. She was a fairy. It is nonstop of fucking this. So then my sister chimes her ass in and she's like, y'all, we got additional footage. And they're like, send it, bring it on. And the additional footage is this. There's Caleb. Okay, floor work, doing floor work. Motherfucking Aja out here. Okay, she's hitting it. Aunt Viv, getting it. About to get back up, underestimates. What? Ooh. She's down. And it was in that moment. It was in that moment.
The funniest part.
So then, oh wait, one more. We've got the large frame, the wide frame, the wide frame from the big lens in the background. You see the fall from many different angles. Whoop! She's down.
I love the fact that there's like 7 different angles.
It was like a goddamn Wizards game.
Like in the NFL when they do flags on the play and it's just like every angle possible.
I was like, nigga, I did not do a number on myself. I did an equation.
Yeah, you did.
I fucked myself up.
And your family ain't shit for producing this whole
I didn't even get into the nitties and the gritties and the meat of the fucking group chat. It was, yeah, your girl was down for the count. So now, my chin's a little busted. I got a gash on my chin. My teeth went into my bottom lip is what happened. So it was like meat in chunks. But we're healing. I'm doing saltwater rinses every couple hours and we're healing up pretty quick because your mouth is like Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, thank God for that.
That's why it's very difficult for people to get tattoos in the inside of the mouth because it heals so quickly.
It heals so fast, which I think is such a... Anyway, that's just me being judgmental and nasty. But yeah, so that's how I went to the urgent care and fucked myself up.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You really Tommy Hitman Hearns yourself there.
I really did. It was all the young people in my family. My cousin Sky came home to her, and so she is... It's the way to think. She said, Mommy, I saw cousin Jade's Instagram. She's like, ooh, girl, did you see the fall? Because her mother's one of the first cousins. So she's laughing. She's part of the group chat. And she's like, I did. Is she okay? And Tiffany goes, let's see. She FaceTimes me. Sky wants to see your face. I was like, hey, Sky. And it's everybody's reacting like Celie when they first see me, covering their mouths with their hands. I'm so irritated. I was like, I'm glad I could be you all's entertainment sacrificial goat. Okay, I'm so grateful for that. But that is how I'm never doing that shit again. I quit drag. Me and La Reed, we out together, holding hands, walking into the sun, nigga. That's it. But
we should end there.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Jade quit drag.
I did. Jade quit drag.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.